Good morning. Kind of technically day 5. I haven't recorded a vlog for a few days. Welcome to my autism vlog, and I figured I'd keep going on this. I thought I'd touch base on some of the testing that I have done online. The website that I use is called Embrace Autism website. They have a few good tests on there. One of them actually is an ASPE quiz, which I have taken. It has given me a quotient of 175 of 200. Basically, it's saying that I'm 100% probability of being atypical, autistic neurodiverse. In one of the first videos, I showed the actual paper and the diagram. I'll see if I can flip it around here. Give me a sec. Don't know if I can, probably because I'm recording. So I'll just flip the screen. So that's the diagram on it. So you can see I've got a lot of atypical stuff: talent, perception, communication, definitely, relationship, yeah, social, perception. I've got a bit of more typical perception, a little bit more relationship, but yeah, it's definitely all skewed to that side of the diagram. So so I'll just kind of go through some of the questions here on the test and that on the quiz. So we've got what they call atypical talent. Sorry, I'm reading off paper, so if I'm not looking at the camera, I apologize. So this group contains intellectually related and typical traits. These traits are related to strong interests that can become obsessive. Example, having strong interest, hyper-focused, collecting information, good long-term memory related to interests, figuring out how things work. That's definitely me. Making connections between things, again, me. Other traits are related to information processing, noticing details, finding patterns, unusual imagination, unique ideas. So a high score is related to the ASD conditions and obsessive compulsive disorder. So I scored 9.2 out of 10, which is above average. So like some of the questions I'll go through here on this one. There's 11 of them. I won't do the whole quiz today because it's a lot of information. So like the first question, do you tend to get so absorbed by your special interests that you forget or ignore everything else? And I chose choice 2. I can't remember what it is, but I got 2.14 of the score, which, yes, I do. Sometimes I get so absorbed on something I forget other stuff, and other stuff get lost or forgotten. So there's definitely, that's definitely a good aspect of it. Number 2, do you have an avid perseverance in gathering or cataloging information on a topic of interest? Again, I chose 2. And a score of 1.74. So there again, yes, I do have avid perseverance in cataloging and gathering information. That is definitely, on something that I'm really interested in that, I will definitely catalog and gather information. Again, like on the autism stuff, I've been really gathering and cataloging the information on it, and a whole bunch of other stuff like automotive. Like if I'm working on a job, I always gather and catalog the information, on it, like mechanical stuff I do, that kind of stuff. Number 3, is it important for you to find a unique niche where you can acquire unique competence? Again, number 2, 1.89. So yeah, definitely. I always try to find a unique niche that I can acquire unique competence. I like to be the one that is I like to be the one that is indispensable. one that's harder to fire or lay off, or or harder to let go, that kind of stuff, because again, it's all part of my brain function that's going on right now. um, Number 4, do you have an urge to observe the habits of humans and or animals? I got choice number 2 again, 1.83, and yeah, I'm always observing the habits of humans or animals, and that it's really interesting. And sorry, I'm just looking up what the actual um, okay, hang on, sorry, trying to do two things at once here, and it's not working too well. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So basically, the way the choices work. So I don't know why it didn't fill it in on here, but so choice 2. So I'll basically go. So 0 is no, never. 1 is a little, and 2 is yes, often. So again, going back to this other 4, so yes, often, yes, often, yes, often. Like, I've got a lot of yes, oftens on here. And so again, do you have an urge to observe the habits of humans and or animals? Yes, often. I'm always observing other humans, and that, observing animals, all that kind of stuff. Number 5, do you notice patterns in things all the time? Yep, I'm always looking at different patterns and seeing how things work, and trying to calculate how the patterns work and can work to my advantage sometimes. Do I have one special talent which you have emphasized and worked on? Again, 2, which is yes, often. Really, my my one special talent is automotive, which I'm currently employed with, and it allows me, because it's definitely a special talent of mine, that I can look at stuff. I can easily take like an engine apart or stuff like that, and barely look at like a workshop manual or that. That's where it definitely has come in handy. Sometimes it can also get me into trouble too, because it also there again, I hyper focus on it and I forget about the small other nuances. Number 7, do you like to create routines for things you figured out so you don't have to figure it out again? I put it as 1, a little. So, yeah, a little. I do like to create a bit of routine to figure stuff out. That way I don't have to figure it out again. Sometimes I just forget and figure it out again anyways, all from the get-go. So number 8, do you feel that you are a very special or unusual person? Yes, I do. Again, I've always kind of wondered that, kind of figured that. Again, I scored it as a 2, so yes, often. I think, again, for me, that is kind of a no-brainer. Number 9, can things that might seem meaningless to others make sense to you? Scored a 2. Yes, often. I'm always, there's stuff that makes sense to me, and I try to explain or talk to somebody about it, and they're like, well, no, that doesn't make sense to me. How does that make sense? Like, again, it's just the way how my brain works, the way how my brain functions. So to be able to understand that is just, it's a gift, but it's a curse at the same time. Being able to for stuff that makes sense to me. Number 10, are you still fascinated by many of the things you were interested in when you were much younger? I put it as a 1, a little bit, yeah. There's still some stuff that when I was younger that I'm fascinated by. So that to be able to, sorry, my mind's just racing a million miles a minute right now. You know, so yes, I am still fascinated by many other things that I was interested in, but not a lot. Well, again, many, a few of the things I should say. And like I said, I scored that as 1. Number 11, do you prefer to construct your own set of spiritual beliefs rather than following existing religion belief systems? Yes, definitely, 100%. I'm not going to get into religion or politics, especially here. First of all, I can't argue myself out of the side of a cardboard box, but that's neither here nor there. But, you know, I follow my own beliefs because there's certain aspects and everything that I look at and I don't agree with, you know, for following existing religion belief systems, because it's at that point you're black and white, and there's no way you can, then it's that direction. It's nice to be able to sway and move as you feel rather than being on a one-track mind. And I look at the world I look at the world today, and I just you totally see that with a lot of people's thinking, like it's their way or no way. And I'll just touch quickly, like look at all the wars and everything that's happened over time, like especially in the Middle East, all that kind of stuff. Like it's just a lot of that is all like religious wars and stuff, and it's just crazy that people go to war and die over their beliefs that they believe so strongly in because of their interpretation of God or of their religion. Again, I'm not going to get too much more into that. That is again, because I struggle even trying to argue it, I struggle comprehending it. It's something I try not to touch on. I won't do too much more today. I mean, we're already about 13 minutes, and there's the clock. It's 6 o'clock. I should be getting ready to head to work now, but I just wanted to touch base on this a bit more. I'll try to continue going on this tomorrow, and keep going, and then you can kind of understand my brain function, my brain pattern, to how things come across to me. So, all right, I'll see you guys later. Peace.